Right now, we're going to go to Heather Walker, who has been in downtown Grand Rapids. Heather, what's going on down there now?
All right, Fulton is shut down right now. We're at Fulton and Ionia, where more protesters are on their way. The crowd has grown. There's roughly around 30 people here standing at the corner of Ionia and Fulton. And if we just kind of loop around here, you'll see what they're facing. They're facing directly at the National Guard and State Police. You can see there are city vehicles out here. There are National Guard, Army vehicles out here. There is every law enforcement in our area in the city of Grand Rapids right now. They have been dropped off by the busload. So far, though, everything is peaceful. Police have not had to take any action. Just minutes ago, we actually saw the city manager and the mayor stop by very briefly. I asked the city manager how things were going around the city. He said so far, no problems. And of course, we are hoping that it stays that way. But right now, GRPD, which is directly behind us, is a fortress. And I'm not sure if you can see beyond the barrier here, but there are barriers all around GRPD right now. Law enforcement from state police, from area sheriff's departments, and of course our GRPD are all out here protecting the city, and most of the streets around the city center are shut down. But so far, everything remaining peaceful between police and protesters. Reporting live in downtown Grand Rapids, Heather Walker, News 8.
And Heather, we saw in another location in downtown that the National Guard was boarding up some windows that were not broken. Have you seen any of that activity where you are?
We haven't seen that right now, but there was definitely preparations before 3 o'clock, right around noon and 1 o'clock. City was actually going around and removing trash cans, which of course we saw on Saturday night, all those trash can fires. They were also removing benches at the courthouse. Many businesses have boarded up all of their windows to prevent any more glass breaking. Everyone is preparing for the worst. No one expected what happened Saturday. And so this is the response now. This is what you are seeing. Busloads of law enforcement out here making sure that Saturday night does not happen again in the city of Grand Rapids. And we are all hoping that it does not. Emily.
And Heather, if it's safe, I wonder if you might talk to somebody who is out there right now and ask them what their thoughts are, why they came downtown right now at this time.
One of the protesters?
Sure.
Sure. Okay. So there's a couple of protesters here. Hey guys, Wood TV here. Tell me, why did you come out today?
I came out today because innocent black people across the nation are being murdered. And as someone with privilege, I can't sit back and watch that happen. And I'm using my voice to protest against that grave injustice.
And so when you heard the warnings from GRPD, don't come out here, you know, this is, of course, the protest was supposed to be at Van Andel, that, you know, they've not pulled the permits, but you guys said what?
We said we'll come out anyways. If there's no organized protest, we'll stand here and make our own. You know, it matters not how many people you have behind you, but the message you wish to portray. And we're portraying one of peace and one that all Black lives matter. And I think that no matter how many people you have behind you, you should still be committed to that message.
And I just want to point out, as you scan this crowd of protesters, the majority of these protesters are not black. The majority of these protesters are actually white. There's a little bit of disruption because one of the protesters is antagonizing other people here. But beyond that, it is peaceful down here, and we have not seen any movement from police at all. They are standing their ground here. And if anyone would try to come from the outside, I don't know how they're going to get through here because there are barriers throughout the city. There are barriers upon barriers. In addition to that, there are human barriers of law enforcement who are heavily armed and prepared to take action.
And Heather, it
Emily?
appears from what I can see that the crowd has grown since 3 o'clock when we first checked in. Can you give us an idea on numbers there?
absolutely. I mean, this started with, okay, so we've got fire taking off. That might be unrelated. Hopefully it's unrelated. But that's the noise that you're hearing as far as the sirens, is the fire department taking off. But when we first arrived here, there were 5 people, 5 protesters holding signs, peacefully gathering here at the corner here in front of Grand Rapids Brewing Company. And since then, it's grown to about 30. And then since we've been on air, there was another handful of people that joined. In the beginning, it was just a lot of people that are watching, and there's still people that are just kind of standing over here observing what's going to happen. But yeah, the crowd has grown, and I'm not sure if that's, you know, from seeing what's happening on social media, or they decided, okay, we're gonna come out here and make our voice heard.
All right, Heather Walker reporting live, and Heather is at Ionia at Fulton. We want to show you live pictures of the Civic Theater, and that's what we spoke of a little bit earlier. You can see the National Guard there is boarding up windows that were not broken. So that is some activity that we're seeing from the National Guard in downtown Grand Rapids right now. That work is going on. Our live team coverage continues on News 8 at 5. We'll see you then.